Have you ever wondered how much the average American earns at your age? It's an intriguing question, isn't it? Today we're going to delve into the fascinating world of average salaries in the United States, breaking it down by age and location. This isn't just idle curiosity either. Understanding these figures can be a valuable tool, whether you're on the hunt for a new job, planning to negotiate your salary, or mapping out your career path. Knowledge, as they say, is power. And in this case, that power can potentially translate into dollars and cents. By knowing where you stand in the grand scheme of things, you can make informed decisions about your career and financial future. You might even be surprised by what you discover. So, are you ready for an enlightening journey through the landscape of American earnings? Now let's dive into the numbers and see what they reveal. First, we need to understand how the average salary changes as we age. In the United States, as in many parts of the world, the trajectory of your earnings tends to follow a predictable pattern. It starts modestly, grows as we gain more experience and education, and eventually plateaus as we approach retirement. Let's break it down by age groups to understand this better. In their early 20s, most individuals are just starting their careers. At this stage, the average salary is typically lower, as people are just beginning to gain the experience and skills they need in their respective fields. The median income for this age group, according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, is around $30,000 a year. This figure takes into account both full-time and part-time workers. As we move into the late 20s and early 30s, we see a significant jump in the average salary. This is largely due to the accumulation of work experience and, in some cases, advancement in education, such as obtaining a master's degree or a professional certification. These factors can lead to promotions and, consequently, higher salaries. The median income for this age group is approximately $45,000 a year. Moving on to the 40s and 50s, these are often referred to as the peak earning years. It's during this period that individuals are likely to be in higher-level positions within their organizations, having accumulated extensive experience and expertise in their fields. The median income for this age group stands around $60,000 annually. As we approach the 60s, the average salary begins to plateau. Despite the wealth of experience these individuals may have, the upward climb of the salary curve tends to slow down. This is largely due to the fact that promotions and significant jumps in positions become less frequent. The average salary in this age group hovers around $65,000 a year. Finally, as we move into the late 60s and beyond, the average salary tends to decrease. This is the period when most people start to consider retirement, and as a result, may opt for part-time work or leave the workforce entirely. The median income for this age group is around $50,000 a year. What's important to remember is that these averages are just that, averages. They don't account for the wide variations in income that exist due to factors such as occupation, education level, and the industry in which one works. But what these numbers do show is a clear trend. As we age and accumulate more experience and skills, our earning potential generally increases. This underscores the importance of lifelong learning and continuous professional development, as these are key factors that can influence our income trajectory. As we can see, age and experience play a significant role in determining the average salary. Now let's explore how the location can influence the average salary. When we think about salary, often the first things that come to mind are education, experience, and job role. However, where you live can also play a significant role in how much you earn. Salaries can vary quite dramatically from one state to another, and even within different regions of the same state. For instance, coastal states like New York and California often report higher average salaries than states in the Midwest or South, like Mississippi or South Dakota. But why is this so? Well, there are several factors at play here. First, let's consider the cost of living. It's typically higher in states with larger metropolitan areas like New York or California. This is due to higher costs for housing, food, transportation, and other essentials. Therefore, salaries in these areas are often higher to compensate for these increased living expenses. Next, the presence of certain industries can greatly influence average salaries. States that are home to thriving sectors such as technology, finance, or entertainment often have higher average salaries. For example, the presence of Silicon Valley in California and Wall Street in New York contributes to higher average salaries in these states. Finally, broader economic conditions also play a role. States with stronger economies often have higher average salaries. This is because a robust economy can drive job growth and increase demand for workers, which in turn can push up wages. However, it's important to remember that a higher salary doesn't necessarily mean a higher standard of living. For example, while you might earn a higher salary in New York compared to Mississippi, the cost of living is also significantly higher, which can offset the benefits of a higher wage. So, while the allure of a higher salary might tempt you to pack up and move, it's crucial to consider all factors, including the cost of living, job opportunities, and your personal circumstances before making such a decision. So, the place where you live and work can significantly impact your salary. Let's not forget, the type of job you do also affects your earning potential. In the grand tapestry of work, different occupations come with their unique patterns of salaries. It's a fascinating landscape where anesthesiologists might earn around $267,000 a year, while a cashier may bring home just over $20,000. A vast gulf, isn't it? But why is there such a disparity? Let's take a closer look. The law of demand and supply plays a significant role here. For instance, the tech industry is booming right now. With the rise of artificial intelligence, data science, and cybersecurity, there's a high demand for professionals in these areas. However, the supply of skilled workers is relatively low, pushing salaries in these occupations up. Conversely, jobs that require less specialized skills, such as retail or hospitality, generally have a larger pool of potential workers. The supply is high, but the demand isn't as strong, and this can often result in lower wages. Education level is another key player in this game of numbers. Typically, jobs that require higher levels of education offer higher salaries. Think about doctors, lawyers, or engineers. These professions demand several years of rigorous study and often involve a significant financial investment in education. Therefore, the salaries in these fields tend to be higher, reflecting the skills, knowledge, and financial outlay required. On the flip side, occupations requiring less formal education or training usually pay less. However, it's essential to remember that exceptions always exist. Some trades or entrepreneurial ventures can yield high earnings without requiring a traditional four-year degree. Lastly, the nature of the job itself matters. Jobs that involve higher risks or stress levels, such as air traffic controllers or emergency service workers, often offer higher compensation as a form of hazard pay. So, as you can see, your occupation can significantly influence your salary, painting a complex picture of income potential. It's a dance of supply and demand, education, risk, and the nature of the work itself, all choreographed in the grand ballet of the job market. Clearly, your occupation is a critical factor in determining your salary. So, what does all this information mean for you? Well, let's take a moment to reflect on what we've learned. We've delved into the significant role that age plays in determining average salaries in the U.S. It's clear that as we grow older, gain more experience, and advance in our careers, we can generally expect our earnings to increase. However, this growth isn't infinite, and there is a peak age for salary, beyond which we may see a decrease in average earnings. We've also explored how location can significantly impact salary. The cost of living, economic conditions, and job market of a particular state can greatly influence average earnings. It's important to remember that a higher salary in a high-cost state might not stretch as far as a lower salary in a state with a lower cost of living. Additionally, we've uncovered how occupation plays a crucial role in salary determination. Some fields naturally pay more than others due to factors like the level of education required, the demand for the profession, and the inherent risks involved. Now, why is all this important? Understanding these factors, age, location, and occupation, can be a powerful tool when it comes to career planning and salary negotiation. It can help you set realistic expectations for your income at different stages of your life, determine where you might want to live and work, and guide your career path based on your financial goals. And it's not just about knowing what you could be earning now. It's about understanding how your salary might change over time and how you can influence those changes. You could decide to specialize further in your field, move to a different state, or even switch careers entirely if it aligns with your financial objectives. So, while it's essential to love what you do, it's also important to be informed about the financial aspects of your career. Remember, knowledge is power. The more you know about salaries, the better prepared you are to negotiate your worth. So keep learning and stay informed.